Home Squad Sports.
This is Jacob Harris, and shout out to Home Squad Sports.
Hey, it's Jake Brenningstool with Home Squad Sports.
This is Seth Hennigan here with Home Squad Sports.
All right. Home Squad Sports. We did it. We finally made it through week 1. Hope everyone's had a great Labor Day weekend and having a great Labor Day. How's yours been, Dalton? I know you've been busy at the lake, huh?
Yeah, I watched all the games, though, Saturday, and that's all it is. So.
Yeah, I know Dalton's like, man, I ain't going out on the boat Saturday. We're watching the games just like everyone else. And a Saturday we had, a Sunday we had, and
Thursday,
Friday, we got into it. Man, obviously, we have our 6 games, and we'll go over some additional games that ended up catching our eye. We didn't do the best on our picks, but it was still a lot of
week 1, man. We don't know about the teams,
You don't. And I was actually curious. I was thinking that during the game. I'm like, okay, say you were getting ready for UCLA. What film were you watching? Are you watching Tennessee film from last year
right?
on Nico?
And all the transfers, you got to watch all those different teams.
Are you watching film from? Are you watching just a spring game? But a lot of people didn't have a spring game. What are you exactly watching when you've had 0 games, like as a scouting? And what I was just wondering. I was just curious.
Depends on the coach. If you got the same coach returning, you probably just watch it.
Last year's film.
They'll probably run the same offense.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the play caller, though.
Exactly.
It depends on the offensive coordinator, really, not the head coach.
Exactly. Yeah.
And vice versa on defense. So, that's what it's about.
And
you got a new coordinator and new transfers. I mean, there's no film to watch, I guess.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, dude, there's just not a lot of
watching last year ain't gonna help. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of film going into no games. So, well, we got some film though now, and we've Arch Manning.
Man,
I mean, that's just we'll go ahead and cut to the chase. Arch Manning was the tail of the tape. I mean, the quarterback duo everyone was looking for, him and Julian Sand, and didn't go according as planned. What's your thoughts, bro? Is this just straight up a name thing, or should we pump the brakes? Should this be a part of our pump the brakes segment, or is this just a product of Arch Manning not playing any talent in high school? Which one do you think?
I mean, first off, though, it is the hardest debut game you could probably have. In the shoe, coming off a championship win.
It's true.
Second career start. He had to start last year, but it was against Louisiana Monroe.
Yeah.
So big deal. This is a way different game. He just rattled the first 3 quarters. He made some good throws in the fourth. He almost brought him back, but yeah, I think pump the brakes is the right word to use. I mean,
okay,
we were putting him on this pedestal after he played good against Louisiana Monroe and mop up duty last year. He didn't prove it against any good teams, and we were already crowned him. Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't. I was too. I mean, I don't know.
I was skeptical.
He was along with it too. I mean,
I was skeptical as far as the competition from high school.
Oh, same.
I was like, he's playing nobody in high school. That's
know.
always gonna be a red flag to me. I've watched countless tapes this, and there's so many guys we've left off lists just solely because I don't really see this guy playing a lot of people. I know he went to the same school as Peyton, Eli, and his dad Cooper, but competition matters. The IMG kids usually succeed at the next level for a reason, because they're around the best all day and they face the best. So I was never really fully on the train. I was like, oh yeah, he's pretty good. He's a starter, sure. I think he should have started at the end of the season when Quinn Ewers was hurt, but I don't think if you're as good as Quinn Ewers, that's still not living up to the hype. If he's just as good as Quinn Ewers, because Quinn Ewers didn't live up to the hype.
No, 7th round
so
pick.
It's 2 guys I think are just gonna add those to the list.
Did Quinn Ewers make the team?
Yeah, I think so. I believe so. My boy Seth Hennigan made practice squad. Shout out to him. So shout out to him making Jags.
Injuries played well for Texas, but they don't have that many receivers, really.
No.
I mean, that Livingston that caught the touchdown. Nobody. He came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I mean, they need more receivers. Honestly, Jack Indries was the lead receiver, transferred from Cal, tight end. With that, I love him.
Yeah.
He played good, but they need some more weapons than I don't know. Ryan Wingo needs to step up. He did step up that game.
I agree. Now let's look at the stats then. Since you go ahead and let's see what we're looking at just from teletape. Now this doesn't tell the whole story, never. But
no, definitely not.
Yeah, definitely helps us a little bit though. Total plays 67 to 54, and time of possession you're looking at here 27 minutes to 32. So that just shows you how many big plays Ohio State was having. Because look, they had the ball more, but they had less plays by 7. or 13. So that goes to show you anything.
Well, it's the turn of the pick and then the deep ball to Tate. But Ohio State didn't do much on offense either. They didn't need to.
Field position, yeah. Field position's important.
I mean,
a lot of people are
3.8
putting.
yards per play.
I know, but the stats are crazy though.
Texas defense is good. They proved that they are who they thought we were. They are who we thought they were. Yeah. Great defense at Texas. They did all they could to keep them in the game. 203 yards. Can't be mad at that ever.
Yeah, it's all about just not making mistakes in these big
stand,
games.
Early in the game, Arch Manning QB sneak, fourth and goal at the 1 was the deciding factor. Really.
Yeah, that and just the turnover. I mean, there's one turnover to 0.
Yeah,
so if you're turning the ball over, it's never going to help in those big games where every possession's magnified.
Sayin didn't impress me though either.
He impressed me by not making mistakes.
He didn't make mistakes, but
he's younger than Arch.
Yeah.
So he's had less of an incubator than Arch. So I think Arch has been in this cooker for so long. This is just supposed to pop, man. This is his 3rd year in the league.
I think Ohio State's going to win a lot of low scoring games this year because their defense is going to carry them.
I think to a certain point, and then they're going to face a firecracker offense because
they were excited about James Peoples. He's at 10 carries for 20 yards.
Well, I just think if
a run game's a problem,
I think Ohio State is not near the final form we're going to see them.
I'm saying the run games right now is a problem. You think it'll go better?
With the run game?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think with Texas?
No, for Ohio State.
Ohio State. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think
it to get better.
It has to be, or I think they'll just keep on airing it out, bro. I mean, you got the wide receivers.
Smith had a bad game.
You might just see Ohio State turn into an air raid team.
Smith had a couple drops.
He did.
And Ryan Williams for Bama too.
That's what I'm saying. If you think they're at their they're not near as done as they're going to arc, and they're not near as at their final form. A few of these teams, just by looking at them, it was like their play calling didn't help their quarterbacks at all. I will give them that. The play calling for Texas did not help Arch. I will give them that a little bit. Sarkisian's never won a really big game. He just never won a big game. He's not a big game winner. He's just not.
Arizona State.
No.
Last year in the playoff.
Congrats. You're supposed to.
Barely.
When your payroll's what it is.
Shout out Jordan Tyson, too. He went off this week. First game back from injury.
Yeah, I do like Jordan Tyson. Now, wide receiver 1, I'm still skeptical on. Concepcion, if we're going to talk about wide receivers. Huh?
He had a punt return touchdown.
Yes, he's a dog.
And receiving, so. Yeah, he's going to have a big year there. Marcel Reed went off. A&M has good offense. 42 points on UTSA, and they're no slouch, man. But they gave 177 rushing yards to Robert Henry.
Yeah, they did.
UTSA. So
they did.
They got to improve the run D.
Oh yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, Texas A&M, they're dead. They're gonna.
I like Elko though.
He's okay. The only person I really like on Texas A&M is Trey Zune. Shout out Trey Zune.
Basantis.
Yeah, Basantis is good too. But Marcel Reed's, I don't think he's like either a little bit better or not as good as Childs.
I think he's definitely better than Childs.
A little bit.
Childs only put up 23 on Western Michigan.
Yeah, I think he doesn't have a lot of people around him either.
Marsh. You know about Nick Marsh? He's a fire.
Nick Marsh. Speaking of Nick, if we're going to keep it on the top 6 games, Nick Harbor is my guy.
Yeah.
Now, Nick Harbor, they overturned the touchdown. It was kind of a Des Bryant situation. His elbow did kind of come loose, but I'm big on they should do it should be a time thing. Okay, since how many seconds passed, or how much time passed since his foot touched the end zone? I don't know. I thought it was a catch, but I really wasn't mad at the overturned either. He did drop a really easy ball over the middle, leading up to that, which would have padded his stats. But they're another team is not near as close as how they're going to end up being. I think Beamer did not call the best plays for Lenore Sailors in the beginning, but at the second half they just kind of leaned on him and kind of pulled the reins off, which I think that's what you're going to have to do in Texas with Arch. You kind of have to take the guardrails off and just kind of let him throw a little Cam Ward in there in Miami and just let him, have a 1-2 read and just kind of be an athlete. This guy's supposed to be an athlete. But let's go ahead and start at the top here, Dalton. Speaking of athletes, we had Jackson Arnold surprise a lot of people because he was running all over the place.
He's your athlete.
Auburn gets the win, 38-24 over Baylor. Sawyer Robertson at Baylor. So. Everyone think Baylor's, they're going to have a breakout year and put everyone on notice. We had Baylor, but Auburn gets the job done. 38 points. What'd you think of their coming out performance?
Jackson Arnold didn't have to throw the ball much because they just ran it down their throats. SEC. This is SEC versus Big 12. Typical.
Yeah.
What you expect. We didn't think about the trenches, I guess, enough when we were going to this game because Baylor could not stop him up front, man. Jackson Arnold looks pretty good in this offense, though. Actually.
I agree, he does, and he surprised me a lot. I thought we were going to maybe end up seeing.
Yeah, you said we had to shoot 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's
He
true.
took the job.
No, yeah, that was in the the news that they were going to use 3 quarterbacks, but Jackson Arnold able to, get 137 yards rushing and then 108 yards through the air. No picks, no touchdowns though, but 11 of 17, which you'll take that any day of the week. 2 touchdowns rushing. Jeremiah Cobb and Damari Alston did pitch in as well. Both had 16 attempts. Alston with 84 yards, Jeremiah Cobb with 74.
So they ran the ball a lot.
Yep, all over down.
Like 50 attempts?
Pretty much reminded me of Florida State, just straight beat down.
They ran like 50 times at least. Because how many carries did Arnold have? They both had 16, right? So that's 32.
Arnold, they all 3 had 16 exactly.
So 48 carries.
And then
somebody else
Singleton had 2 and Darrell Robinson had 1. So over 50.
51 carries.
51 carries and 51 carries and 17 passing attempts.
Wow. 75%
So
run.
70 plays is around the average. You get there 70, 75. Anything over that, you don't really see it going in the 80s. But it was a good game. They definitely won me. They win me over, but they won a lot of respect from me as well. I'm not going to say they're contenders. I don't think anybody will, but I definitely think people thought this was going to be a lower scoring game and a closer game.
Well,
what do you think?
Baylor all of a sudden got worried about starting 0-2.
Yeah.
They got SMU this week.
Yeah, and it's a real chalk week across the nation, except for a handful of teams, and that being one of them. So us getting this pick 6 is going to be a little bit harder. I think we're going to maybe have a G5 team sneak in there, maybe the top 6 games, and I think it's going to be interesting because this 6 definitely lived up to the hype, and even I think the games lived up to the hype. Of them being close, but some of these players didn't. So
yeah, Solly Robinson still played well. He
did.
needed more help. The run game didn't produce really like I expected.
I agree. And then we kind of went over the Ohio State game there. I think they're going to get a lot better. I think Texas is going to get a lot better, but they just have a lot, further to go than everyone thought, I think. Manning's surprise and Alabama just straight up getting manhandled was a real big surprise, which we'll get into that now.
They missed Tim Keenan way more than we expected, huh?
Exactly. Yep. Everyone's like, all right, next guy up. No, doesn't matter.
Including us.
Yeah, and they're just like, next guy up. They're just better all across the board. That guy, Tim Keenan, is my favorite interior D lineman. He's him and Big Citrus. But
Dominic Orange, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to him. But Keenan, his absence was felt. 31-17 was the game. They had a lot of guys making their debut. Ryan Williams left with a concussion. Ty Simpson making his debut. Game was pretty much over by the time Ryan Williams got hurt, honestly, because Florida State's offensive line was just beating them up. And they couldn't do anything about it. The effort wasn't there from Alabama. Me and you kind of were out on Alabama as soon as DeVore got hired. Not even DeVore got hired, as soon as Saban left. It didn't really even, there's only a couple names that even could have remotely done, remotely his job. So when they hired Kalen DeVore, it's like, okay, nail in the coffin. Bama is not Bama anymore. What do you think?
That's true. But then I remember the other day we were talking, and you was like, you had to scout them for a game. And you was like, man, they're way better than I thought.
I did.
On paper, they're definitely not good. Ty Simpson, man, I don't know about him. How long before Keelan Russell takes over? That's the question.
I think you got to get him in there sooner than later.
That's the question now.
We could only go off last year's tape. I think when you have such an athletic quarterback, it saves you so much.
Milroe.
Milroe saved them a lot, and Milroe.
He also didn't too.
Milroe disguised as long as he could, and then until he couldn't anymore. I think you'll see Keelan Russell on the field pretty soon. I'd say I wouldn't want to give it a week. A week, what's week it's going to be. Maybe halfway through the season, I would try to get him in there to keep him on campus. Because if I'm Keelan Russell, I'm like, all right, this phone's going to be ringing in December because this is Bama,
Yeah, they're already talking about Kalen. My family was Alabama fans. They were watching the game. I was watching it.
Oh yeah, what's their thoughts?
They don't like DeVore at all.
No optimism, huh?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Surprised.
Really. They said they didn't like the DeVore hire from day one either. They wanted Lane Kiffin.
Oh.
They really wanted Kirby, but
I think Lane Kiffin's gonna really if this season looking like it might go for Lane Kiffin because the SEC might be a little down.
I still don't.
This is gonna be a good year for Lane Kiffin.
I'm not
just
buying
'cause
stock in them yet.
I am.
I mean, they did great against Georgia State, but
I know,
they should.
but if this roster compared to the last like 2 transfer portal rosters he's
I like
had
this
is
roster better than last year's roster, though.
you do with
Overall,
Jackson
no.
Dart.
I like last year's better overall. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, me too.
Last year's roster was better.
Yeah, so I'm about to say last year's was way better. That's what I'm saying. If he does good with this team, it's going to be a notch.
Okay,
It's going to be a
yeah.
big notch on his
I feel you, I feel
resume.
you, I feel you.
That's what I think. But yeah, man, it was a crazy game there for Alabama. Ty Simpson,
I mean,
I don't think he's just that guy,
okay, so
but he's not bad.
the 4th and 7, dude. I don't know if you remember this play.
Which
When
one?
he was scrambling out, he had the first down. He just ran it.
Yes.
He tried to throw it, and
Yes.
completion. And
Yes.
they're down 7.
Mm-hmm. Crunch time.
Yeah, that was the play that the Bama fans
Should have just tucked in a run.
Yeah,
and he is a little mobile.
He's fast.
Yeah, he
He's
could
the number
do it.
2 mobile quarterback coming out.
There was a
dual threat.
There was a few guys that
I mean,
just kind of missed the layups and they waited too long. And Lenore Sellers too. I will say I won't say he played perfect because he didn't. Game plan, the play calling didn't help him as much, but there was a lot of layups where it's a completion in college and completion in NFL. He's got to tighten it up. I hope his O-line does better, which we'll get into that game next. But let's get into the LSU game here, Dalton. LSU, I mean, this is another heavyweight. This was maybe another one where did we just overhype Clemson? I think people
I
did,
guess I did.
including us a little bit, but not a lot of it. I think they're going to still get 9-10 wins, but I think they are going to be in for a rude awakening down the line with a couple of these matchups, including Louisville. Let's talk about the LSU matchup here. 17-10 was the score. Nussmeier played. How do you think he played? Not great.
Neither quarterback played great.
Neither quarterback played great.
Oh.
So what did you think overall? What does LSU have to do better? Are you gonna see them maybe in the Final Four? Brian Kelly, he's gonna be in the playoff, right? Like this team's gonna be in the playoffs. You would think or no?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know, man, but I think so. After all that, if I had to guess, after week 1, because I thought Clemson was all that. Maybe I got tricked though. I don't like their OC. They're talking about it on the radio. I was like, I agree.
Who's their OC?
Their OC stinks.
Who?
Man. Hold on.
Who are you talking about? LSU?
Clemson's. I forgot his name.
Oh, Clemson. Yeah, I don't trust any Clemson coach, man. I don't trust Dabo.
Garrett Riley. Yeah.
Garrett Riley.
Yeah, he's the OC at Clemson. Came from TCU. Was the OC there.
Oh God.
They were good at offense. That's what I think he's on the championship team.
Oh really?
So I mean,
with Duggan.
Yeah, really good offense. And they always have a good offense. But either way, he ain't doing good at Clemson. Like I said, really predictable offense. No running back anymore after Maffa left.
True.
And they just got to throw it every time.
They have to be more creative. I said in preseason, and I think it's going to remain true that Dabo does not do Klubnik any favors by only running gun. You need to be running some more smash mouth under center football, and I just think that's going to be his kryptonite. I think to be successful for both of these guys, Dabo and Klubnik needs a great coach.
Yeah.
And Dabo needs a great quarterback. Neither are great. and I think they're good.
Dabo used to be great, right?
Yeah, I mean, Dabo has the most. Dabo's what? Is it him and Kirby are the only active coaches with multiple titles? I'm not trying to take that away from him, but we do have to look at the roster. I mean, people don't want to give Ed Orgeron credit for having a national title because of his roster, but Dabo, gets all this credit. People don't want to say, hey, he had Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence. Pretty solid guys.
Yeah, but he recruited them is a difference. Orgeron didn't. He brought in. So I think that's a difference. Recruiting them you got to recruit them too. That's part of the game.
I guess.
Getting the guys in.
I guess. But does that make you a better coach or a better recruiter? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think this guy's just not a great X's and O's coach. I don't think he gets the criticism that he deserves on the X's and O's. We never talk about what Clemson's game plan should be or what it is. It's just like, oh, it just wasn't good. I think they just get off the hook too much. Dabo does, just because he's a cool dude, nice dude.
That's why I play better than we are giving credit for.
Okay, what's it saying?
73%. Only 230 yards, not explosive, but Clemson was, playing off coverage, not letting him get him beat deep. So he took what they gave him. 73%, 28 for 38, 230, no picks.
Yeah, he's not going to throw away. He's not going to throw away the game, but he's not going to go and win it for you. I think with his
Klubnik was
arm.
only 50%, 19 for 38, and he threw a pick. So I mean, Klubnik disappointed, but they couldn't run the ball. They had 20 carries for 31 yards.
It's that
If
horrible.
you're one dimensional against a top 10 team, you're not going to win.
I
so.
think that's just because he's predictable.
Garrett Riley is the guy, not Dabo. I mean,
It's all going to fall on Dabo at the end.
I know that's
can't.
how it works. But I'm
yeah.
just saying he ain't the play caller. He never has been. He had a good play caller before. That's what happens. He's got to find a new guy.
Yeah. But that goes to show when a lot of head coaches don't have a play calling background or they don't actively call plays, their in-game adjustment is
Not as
never
good.
usually there.
Yeah.
I think that's why you see a guy like Lane, even Sark. Sark does have a solid game plan at times. It's just kind of putting the nail in the coffin there. And it's been with physicality with some of his past Texas teams. They just haven't been SEC up front the first couple of years in the SEC. Now they are. And I just think it's a couple other things with Sark. But it was a good game. But Nussmeier and Klubnik they're not as good as people think. I think Aller is going to benefit off this because Aller, didn't play, a tough opponent and didn't play horrible.
I mean, yeah.
You
Played Nevada, though.
Yeah, I agree. So Nussmeier and Klubnik, if you're, do you obviously have Nussmeier above Klubnik at right now?
Oh, I still got Klubnik above him.
Really?
One game won't change that much to me. Like I said, it's bad coaching right now to me of a Klubnik. 20 carries for 31 yards. You got to be able to run the ball. If it happens in NFL, you can't throw either. It don't matter who the quarterback is.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, they always had a solid run game.
You think Klubnik is gonna? You think he's better than Bo Nix?
Yeah. Bo Nix is getting helped a lot by Sean Payton, I think.
Okay.
Great coach.
Okay. No, I think I'm right there with you right
I don't
now.
think Nix would be as good, but without Payton.
Well, I think it's just opposite. Nix won me over
I
overtime,
like him.
and Klubnik is losing me over time.
I mean, yeah.
He's losing me.
It's a bad week.
Klubnik came in so highly touted. I think people are forgetting, how highly touted he came into as well. He hasn't, done anything too crazy as well. So Lenore Sellers, 24-11, was the second to last game we had here. Virginia Tech, Drones, Sellers, heavyweight matchup there on the quarterback. Pretty solid matchup. Defense, Jalen Stewart, absolute dog on defensive end, edge rusher. I wish he was draft eligible this year because, I would be, praising him on the Draft Professor show. I wish he could go to the league now. Him and Jeremiah Smith could play in the league next year. There's no question about it. It was a pretty good game. Beamer did not call the best of game early on. And then once they came in the fourth quarter, he pretty much said, all right, Lenore's, just go and win it for me, man. Just go and sprint to the sideline. Just go be an athlete. He runs like a running back. They was kind of doing a slow-mo. If you didn't know who Lenore Sellers was, you said, look at his running back. I'm like, oh, my God, it's a good running back.
Yeah.
He's QB1 for me. What do you think?
Really?
Yeah.
This year?
Yeah.
I don't think so this year. I don't know.
He could be one if he wants to be. I don't think he should be.
Yeah.
I think he should stay.
I
really do think he should transfer. The offensive line, if anybody watched the game, it did not do him any favors. He was running around. The play calling, what I'd say the play calling's bad, which it wasn't the best. But what calls can you really call when your offensive line's not blocking?
I mean, they didn't play that well, though. They got 2 picks. If they didn't have the 2 picks, they'd probably lose the game.
I know. And the punt return.
Time of possession was hugely in favor of Virginia Tech. They way more plays. But
Yes.
there's a punt return touchdown factored in.
The punt return touchdown ignited was the
that
play.
was the biggest play of the game.
It was the biggest play of the game. So if anybody's watching the game, it was a
3-point game
a
in the
punt.
fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was a punt, and there was a flag on the punt. And instead of taking the yardage, after the kick, they said, no, we're going to go ahead and re-kick. And they took it to the crib, 80 yards, and that pretty much won them the game. It's pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie.
And the deep ball to Harbor, too.
Huh?
The deep ball to Harbor.
Yeah, the deep ball to Harbor was
64-yard
good,
cutting.
and Harbor had the touchdown, overturned earlier on, which sucked. But I had some money on the game. I needed South Carolina to win. I had all the marbles on South Carolina. It was not looking good going into the fourth. And I seen the speech that Beamer gave him. He kind of rallied them all up. He said, this is the rally we all do before the last period of practice. And he looked like had everyone locked in. And they went out and won the game. Virginia Tech did play good, though. They did a great job of spacing out the linebackers of South Carolina, making them pick their poison, and just using their running backs well in the pass game.
Terry Jones was bad though. 15 for 35.
He didn't play that
Two
bad,
picks,
bro.
no
The stats
touchdowns.
the stats are
15
lying.
completions.
Yeah, I think the stats are lying to that one
It's not
because
a lot of completions though.
it's not a lot, but he's not the reason they lost.
2 picks.
One was in the end zone.
So I didn't watch all the game. I didn't watch. I'm just
Yeah,
all weekend.
that's what I'm saying. The stats do not. It was a really close game, and he could have won that game. Honestly, his wide receivers were making some pretty crazy passes. Then stretch, they had 2 drops on the last
Oh,
drive,
okay.
and I was really scared. I think South Carolina should have won this game by 10 points.
Mm.
Dylan Stewart came out for a couple drives, I think 1 or 2 drives because of his shoulder. Looked like he pulled something in his shoulder, but he came back in, got a sack, and was still balling. So it was a great game. South Carolina, I think Ohio State are the teams that are good now, and they're going to be even a lot better down the stretch. Some of these teams that lost, I do think they're going to be better as well. But I think they might be able to separate themselves if they keep on the trajectory. But what do you think, Dalbert, before we get into the last game of maybe Lenore Sellers and South Carolina? Can they win the SEC?
Hey, I guess I got a chance, but outside chance. I don't love them still. Their
Well-
line's not good, like you said.
Yeah.
And their run game's not great, I don't think either. Like the running backs. Sellers is a great runner, but the actual running back.
Who's the guy that just got? I just forget his name. Tootin?
They're drafted?
No, they have that. Yeah, now he just got.
Michael Tootin got drafted last year out of Virginia Tech.
Yeah, but there's another guy. I think his name's Tootin as well.
For
South
running
Carolina.
back?
Yeah, he's a running back.
No, Faison.
Faison Tootin, right?
Razul Faison.
Rasul Faison. He was just, I think, declared eligible last week.
Yeah.
From
Utah State transfer.
From NCAA, and he was running with a purpose. It was 8 minutes to go, and if you looked at the game, the stats, you wouldn't be able to tell. You had to watch the game. 8 minutes left. They had to score. If they didn't score around this 8-minute mark, it was not looking good for him. And he got the 2 first downs, running with a purpose, and it was great to see. I think they're going to be good down the stretch. What do you think about the last game of the pick six? We didn't do the greatest on our picks. We will admit that.
We got this one right, though.
We got this one right, though. The Canes, 27-24 over Notre Dame. CJ Carr making his debut. What'd you think of Carson Beck? Did he impress you at all with the first game, or did he just only play better than his opponent?
No, he played good. 20 for 30, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 205 yards. But Notre Dame has 2 of the best corners in the country.
Yeah,
it's hard to be explosive against them. They're gonna keep the big plays to a minimum. That's what they did. But Beck did what he had to do.
He did.
I don't. Not my favorite quarterback in the country.
No,
but he played good.
He is a good leader, I will say.
Drive, right? I mean, the field goal.
Yeah, I will say, yeah, he didn't screw it. At the end, they did have a chance, to it wasn't looking good for a second, but he was able to pull through and kind of use that wisdom to kind of wheel his team in. And I do respect that. It looks like everyone's rallying around him, so that's good. Looks like they're playing hard for their guy, and he's their guy, which is good to see. But
he got him down there in 2 minutes. I mean, from their own 25.
He did. It was a veteran move, but when you're going against the freshman quarterback, that is what I expect.
Yeah.
So
he called it.
But he did. He didn't do anything out of what we didn't expect as far as picks.
Played all right.
Who? Yeah,
Carr played all
respectable. Respectable. I like him. I think that's the quarterback of the future, man. I think that's their guy. I think there's no question about that. What do you think?
Oh yeah, he proved it. I mean,
yeah.
He played good in the big game.
Seemed
comfortable. If he had a chance, well, he did have a chance with the ball. The whole line didn't hold up.
Yeah, no timeouts.
Yeah, but he didn't have a real chance. The whole line didn't hold up.
No.
I mean, if he got time to throw, I think.
Yeah, Emil Wagner's the guy who got beat. Emil Wagner did a 3.
That was the worst.
Well,
back was turned.
Emil Wagner did a Olay, got turned around.
He literally turned.
He looked like he was going through an escalator, revolving door.
Back. I haven't seen that in a long time. But
Bad.
got drafted.
Yeah, it was bad.
Somebody think he's really good.
It was bad. It looked like he was like screen blocking.
It was really bad.
Like he was supposed, you're supposed to
Bain,
get beat.
though.
God, Ruben Bain, 2 big plays. He had the double pick off the ankle pick.
He might be in my top 5 now.
5
overall players. Some people got him number 1. I've seen.
Okay.
I still don't think I got him above T.J. Parker.
Okay.
But he's second best defensive lineman.
Wow. Hey, I don't hate that.
Over Peter Woods now.
I don't hate it. So you'll take him. I know he can play kind of inside and outside. So will you take Big Citrus over him or no?
Nah.
Not close.
I like Big Citrus, but
a lot of people have Big Citrus in their top 25 now.
Yeah, but not top 5. Ruben Bain is
truth. He's the truth.
He's gonna be really good.
He's
Next
the
level.
truth.
Jared Verse type guy.
And you like him a lot more better than Shamar Stewart, I assume,
of
right?
course. You know how I feel about him. If he gets more than 4 sacks in a year in the NFL, I'll be surprised.
Yeah, me too, bro.
I'll be impressed.
Me
but
too. Me too. I think, Ruben Bain, I'm glad you brought him up. He was a dog. He was everywhere.
He had a great game.
He doesn't look like a D lineman too when you look at him. You're like, oh, that's just a big linebacker. Or I think he's a hoss.
He's like 270.
I like his game,
He
dude.
don't look 270.
Yeah.
Jacked.
Yeah.
He's good. Florida Miami's gonna be a hell of a game.
It is going to be a hell of a game. I cannot wait for week 2. There's a lot of chalk games, but like I said, we're going to be able to find 6 games for you that are going to, be able to highlight and, get your popcorn ready because there are some good matchups out there. WKU is a good upset matchup for the week, I believe, against Toledo.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a crazy upset. We'll talk about that later in the week. Let's get into
5.5 point spread.
I swear, and then they're putting up points just like
Western's better than them.
Yeah, they put up points all the time, and they just put up a bunch this
Toledo
week.
didn't impress me against UK on offense. Their
No.
defense looked good though.
They covered the initial spread that opened up, which was 10.5. It did get down all the way to 8.5 and then 9.5, but did close right before kickoff at 10, I believe. So, shout out to them. Yeah, UK's in for a long year. Ole Miss has got them this week. If you're a betting person, Ole Miss -10. That's the line right now. Get it while you can. Let's get into the player of the week, Dalton.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want to talk about this team too.
okay, great. Because me too.
Good, perfect.
Me too. Let's get into it now. Quarterback play is something we highlight. We don't pick a quarterback every week, but the past 2 weeks here, it looks like some quarterbacks have won us over. Not a lot of guys throwing for 350, 400 yards like we did last week. Maverick MacGyver, WK.
We just didn't want to give it back to back. Honestly, it's early in the year.
Well,
And he played North Alabama.
Exactly. The FCS
That's
team.
it.
FCS team was just a killer. We want to see you play against the FBS team to be a player of the week of the whole nation.
That's what it was.
So Maverick MacGyver, 703 yards in 2 weeks, but was not able to get the player of the week this week. Player of the week this week does go to Devin Dampier. But Devin Dampier had himself a game, 206 passing yards, 87 rushing yards, and 3 total touchdowns. This graphic brought to you by Field by Draft. What do you think about Devin Dampier?
I like him. I told you his team was going to be really good this year. I've been a fan of this team. Whittingham, I love him. He's finally moved past Cam Rising.
Yes.
That was the only problem with this program the past couple of years.
Yes.
Their defense has still been great. The O-line's been amazing. Now they got a quarterback that can run the system. Their run game is going to be top 5 in the country probably. This team's might win the Big 12.
I agree.
That's all I wanted to say.
I agree.
They got a guy that goes both ways too this year. Smith Snowden. Remember that name? Great player. I like this team, man. He had 6 catches, 51 yards, and he starts at corner too. So
Dog.
he needs some Travis Hunter love.
He does need some Travis Hunter love. And they do. They deserve some love. The offensive line deserves some love. They got the Fano brothers. And then they got Caleb Lomu as well up front.
Here's explosive, man.
Yeah, I know. The offensive line's amazing. You would see Devin Dampier get through his first 2-3 reads, nobody be open, him still have some couple seconds to just chill and, decide to run. It was great.
UCLA is bad, though.
Huh?
UCLA looked terrible.
They did.
Nico's going to regret it.
All
All you got to do is stay at Tennessee, man.
I think most people know that it was Nico's dad, supposedly.
I know, but still.
Yeah, I know. No, I agree. I'm right there with you. I've been critical
He's gonna
of
regret
Nico.
listening to his dad. Let me say that.
Exactly. And that's crazy he left Tennessee because Aguilar played great.
He did.
Aguilar played great. Looks like they upgraded. And UCLA took less money to go to a worse team, but he's back home in Cali. So I'm great. He's happy. He's near his family.
Yeah, hopefully he's happy, but I don't know if he is after this game.
No, that's what I'm saying.
6.5 point spread. They lose by 33.
Yeah, that's what he put above, football. He put being back home above football, SEC going to the playoff football. And I think that rubbed everyone the wrong way. And I think everyone's off the Nico train. They got smacked. Hawaii got smacked. Those late 2 games, just straight beat downs. I'm glad we don't have to hear about Hawaii anymore and their quarterback. I'm honest, not even hating on them. But just the amount of hype that was brought forth this past 6 days was crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But Devin Dampier, man.
Yeah, Dampier's good.
Great game. Great graphic here by Field by Craft. Shout out to them. And our graphic is out now. You can look at our Instagram, on our X of our player of the week. Shout out to Devin Dampier. A lot of people got him for a Heisman
Dark horse.
dark horse. I think draft professor Hank Knows Ball. Go follow Hank Knows Ball. I think he has him as his Heisman dark horse, and I agree with it. I agree with it right now.
I think
I'm
I said
all
that a long time
I'm all
ago.
for the mobile quarterback. I mean, I'll give me a mobile quarterback any day of the week. I think this past year with scouting quarterbacks, I've kind of leaned a little bit towards the more pocket guys. I'm going back the other way, like more. Give me the mobile guys. Give me the Jackson Darts. Give me, right before the draft, I was able to correct myself with Dart because I wasn't really hyped about him until Senior Bowl warmed up to him. We got to see him in person every
Oh
day.
yeah, you were down early on him.
Yeah, we got to talk to him, and then that I was like, okay. So after the Senior Bowl, it's pretty high, but I remember going to Dalton about a week for the draft. I'm like, dude, I rewatched Jackson Dart tape, and this dude's a freaking dog. And I think whoever gets him is going to be great for it.
And I wanted him for a long time.
And Dalton's Giants pick him, and Devin Dampier I think is going to be another steal pick. Let's give another honorable mention. We got two of them here, Dalton, that didn't get our Player of the Week, but did play good. Byron Brown, a quarterback you're going to have to worry about this week. You being a Florida fan, of course.
Yeah.
What did you think of Byron Brown week 1? Getting the win, looking mobile. Stats weren't too crazy, but the leadership and the impact was there. Byron Brown able to escape pressure multiple times and just make something out of literally nothing, make it less than nothing because some of these plays were blown up and he would just shift and get loose. Byron Brown was something I was really curious about, a guy who had some hype coming in. What'd you think of Byron, and are you worried at all going into this week?
No, not really. I'm not worried, but it's still not the easiest game.
No.
Not what you were expecting when you scheduled them. I don't think a couple years ago they were not good, but we'll be fine. Of course, I like it. A little bit of a challenge. We didn't show anything on film either. All we did was run screens and run the ball.
Yeah.
So had no film on us. Our starters played one half. Some of them played one quarter. It's a good team though. I like Byron Brown, man. He's electric, but I don't think Boise's that good this year after watching that game.
No, yeah, and that's the reason why he did get our honorable mention because he did light up Boise, number 25th ranked Boise State.
He didn't light it up on the stat sheet.
Did not on the stat sheet, but the game, man, like that dude was just
only 43 rushing yards actually.
Yeah,
but it was like a lot more.
Well, the sacks will take off. It takes off his rushing.
Yeah, true.
But some of his rushes, man, were just really clutch.
Sacked 4 times.
Yeah, his clutchness was just there. Like when they needed to play, he made something, and I think this guy's got a bright future. Obviously, I do think the Gators are going to beat him, but this week he did play well, and of honorable mention was the least we could do here.
Can't
so
lose to them this year.
No, you got to win. I think you're 17.5-point favorite. You better win.
Well,
you better win. It's at home, in state.
Exactly.
It's at home in state. No excuse. Y'all better win by at least 10. Let's get into the next honorable mention here. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. Let's go ahead.
I know.
I mean, let's go ahead and be blank. Blunt. Let's go ahead and be frank.
Yeah, y'all can just read it. It's on the screen.
Jaren
Kiave.
Saga Pultele.
Tele.
Yeah. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
If anybody knows this guy. Good first start. 20 for 30, 234. Originally committed to Cal last year. But then he flipped his commitment and went to Oregon just for bowl practice. And was only there for like 2 weeks. And then transfers and goes to Cal, who he's originally committed to. Looks like he made the right decision here. Crazy story. At least he got some free Oregon gear out of it. What do you think here? Does Cal got a bright future, or is he going to enter the portal after this year and go somewhere big?
He might. You never know at Cal. Like Mendoza left. I hope he stays, though. It'd be cool to see Cal good, right? I mean,
yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean
they ACC team too. I mean,
they're just dead. Look at their jerseys. They need new jerseys.
Yeah.
They just need to kind of a revamp total.
I think Murphy didn't play good at Oregon State's first game. That's for sure.
I totally agree with that. I thought he was going to have a really good game, and him leaving Duke.
No, that's what I said you liked. Yeah.
We got some inside information there on why he left Duke. It wasn't really an on the field thing, and that's kind of looks like it's proven to itself because it's kind of seen him a head scratcher why he left Duke. But like I said, Cal being in the ACC, they just don't. You just look at Cal, you're like, that's Pac-12. It's just a West Coast team. This is not an ACC team. They just have no identity. And Jaron's trying to give them an identity here, which I think he can, but his phone is definitely going to be ringing in December, and some big time teams are going to be calling. Maybe the Oklahomas will be calling. Who knows? But we'll see. I think it was a solid game, and Cal deserves any highlights they can get. But 95.5 PFF grade,
Yeah.
no picks, man, which is crucial for a freshman. If you can go out there on your debut and not turn the ball over, that's always good. Something to build off of. All right. So it gets in kind of the individual awards. We had Devin Dampier, obviously, player of the week.
Let's shout out Scotty Fox.
Oh, man. Look at our
59-yard tutty.
59-yard
Stiff
touchdown.
arm to do to the ground.
Scotty Fox is a guy who me and Dalton came across at the Elite 11 regional. He was like, this guy committed to West Virginia is an absolute dog.
We
He was
love
wearing
him,
a
man.
headband. Remember, he was like wearing a headband. He looked like sunshine.
He got so much bigger since we've seen him.
Yeah, then he came to West Virginia. We're like, okay, they got Rich Rod now. Hopefully, he doesn't tell him to enter the portal, see that he's a dog. He did. He stayed. And we've seen some reports in the spring. He won some weightlifting competition. Like he's top 5 and, some weight thing, just grinding hard in his off season. And then look at our Instagram. Scotty Fox takes off like a 58-yard touch. 59-yard touchdown, and the dude got jacked since he's been in Morgantown because he's been in the weight room, and looks like Scotty Fox is the quarterback of the future.
He's the future, bro.
He's a quarterback of the future at West Virginia, and me and Dalton seen this guy in person throw. This guy can throw it, and he can freaking run. Great run. Shout out to him. Got to give him some love, and it's pretty cool. So Wisconsin got the dub. Got to give shout out to Jameer
Any
Scott.
other games you want to talk about?
Well, I do want to talk about Western Kentucky. We did touch on them. They're showing like they're a force to be reckoned with, like they always are on the offensive end. I think they are going to pull up the upset. If you're a betting person, go ahead and get your bets in now because it's a lot of chalk here. But let's go.
Hey, our upset picks, we went 4 for 4
We did
on the spread.
Yeah. Oh no.
Right?
Technically not
Toledo
because
covered, South Florida covered, Ohio covered. Who didn't?
Toledo technically didn't
They were
cover.
plus 10. They closed at plus 10.
But when we posted it, it was minus 9.5 for
They lost
Kentucky.
by 8.
They did those by 8?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was 10.
No.
Oh no, yeah, they did cover. Yeah, they all covered.
We went 4 for 4.
Yes, we did. Yeah, we did cover there. If you're
Right?
yeah.
Ohio, I said was gonna win. They only lost by 3. I almost had them.
Yeah, they were down. Well, it was looking real ugly for a while, and then they did make a crazy
Parker
comeback.
Navarro is fire.
Here's
One
the
of best group
possible.
of 5 quarterbacks out there. Ohio might not lose another game.
That's a bold take.
They're good, dude. They're gonna run to the MAC this year.
Okay, we'll see. All right, so yeah, here's the possible upsets we had. They all covered.
Yeah.
Pretty good to see.
East
South
Carolina
Florida
almost won outright too. They had the 4th and 1. At
Yeah.
the 5. Got
Yeah,
stopped.
they had to come back as well.
They're gonna be good too. Man.
But South Florida beat the dog crap out of Boise State. Before the show, you can go back and see. I was really confused on why Boise State was ranked. Genty's not there. Their quarterback's not that great. Nobody else on their team is just really a needle pusher for me.
Yeah, true.
And South Florida has athletes. So, yeah, I don't see why they were ranked. I think Louisville would have been a team that better put there at 25. And that's no biased because, we're here in Louisville, obviously, but not Louisville fans.
Mm-mm.
I was talking to some Louisville fans earlier on Twitter, on X today. And they think they can win the ACC.
They can.
They're high on their horse and they're high on their hopes. What do you think?
I threw 2 picks against Eastern Kentucky though.
Miller Moss did?
Can't do that.
No, can't. And no, you can't. That's true. I didn't know he threw 2 picks.
Yeah.
That's one of those games, like, when you're facing one of those in-state FCS opponents, we know, like, that's a really big drop-off between these two opponents. Some of these, obviously, you've seen some FCS upsets this week, which I love. Tarleton State over Army.
North Dakota almost freaking had it.
Yeah, North Dakota almost won, almost beat Kansas State.
A ranked
Which,
win.
yeah, that would have shook the nation. And then Austin Peay beat the crap out of Middle Tennessee.
By 20.
And what's another
That one was crazy, yeah.
Bethune-Cookman covered. They got
They
slapped.
still got blown
But they
out,
covered.
though, yeah. Oh, Illinois State covered.
Illinois State covered. They
lost
did.
They still lost by 30.
Illinois State covering Oklahoma was very surprising.
Albany covered against Iowa.
Yes. And then we have a big game that's probably going to be our maybe game of the week. We'll look into it more. But Iowa and Iowa State's going to be an amazing game. And
Holy Cross almost beat Northern Illinois.
Yeah.
2-point game. Yeah, FCS teams played. Some of them played pretty well, and then a lot of them played, like you expect. But like Duquesne lost 61-9.
Yeah.
Mary Mack almost beat Kent State.
Shout out to Kent State getting a win, man.
Yeah, good
They're
for
not
them.
getting a win all last season. Finally, it's looking for the win.
Mhm.
And I really was happy for them after the game.
Oh yeah, good for them.
I was happy for them. And like, man, you go a whole season not winning, I'm liable to quit the sport. So I mean, I got to get a win. Sorry, I mean, and whatever. That's not great. I can only go Owen for whatever if you're paying me millions and millions of dollars. It just would tear me up. Just not get a win all season.
I know.
So I was FCS, and a couple guys, if they didn't play FCS opponents, like we said, Maverick MacGyver, they probably would have been Player of the Week.
Yeah.
But some of these FCS opponents showed people the transfer portal has positives in it. Some of these guys able to trickle down from bigger programs, go to these littler programs, and pull off some of these upsets. So it's been good to see. And I think we're in for a few more upsets down the road from some FBS teams, FCS teams, you name it. I just think we have some upsets down the road that's going to be making the season even more exciting than it's already looking to be. Week 1, early takes, late takes as we get into week 2 preview later in the week, Dalton. What's your thoughts? Who goes up your list? Who goes down? Let's go ahead and bring up the AP top 25 and get your thoughts on really, who's going to be moving up, who's going to be moving down, and who shouldn't even been there in the first place, which Boise State's my pick, shouldn't have been there in the first place. Let's take a look here for the people on the screen of the AP poll. What's the biggest changes we expect to see?
You know who I want to see at 25?
Who?
Navy.
Ooh. Did you see Navy's backup quarterback
That's what I was
Scamper?
gonna say.
But Navy's backup quarterback had like a 70-yard run.
He had 7 for 180. He had 2 good runs, 74 and a 68. Bro.
74 and a
So I
68.
think they're gonna start playing him at running back
They should.
and have him and Heidenreich and Texa and Horvath.
Horvath.
Them 5 out there together. I mean,
I know. I'm looking at this roster. I'm like, dude, this compared to the Army team is like such a drop off.
Navy's just as good as last year, and now they got this backup. Looking like he's gonna be a freaking threat.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Navy's gonna be tough to beat in the AAC.
Navy. That's a good point. That's a good point. I think Memphis is going to be another team to look out for them.
I mean, Louisville could jump there too. I'm gonna be mad, but I like
Yeah.
give one mid-major in there.
I do think Louisville should be in there. Kansas State should be totally out.
Yeah, I don't care. They won. You should still drop out.
They should be out of the top 25. Now, it depends what you're looking at, AP poll, coaches poll, whatever you go off of. But we're just seeing what the big mistakes they made here. We
I don't
can
know. How
compare
far
it.
does Texas and Clemson fall?
I don't know. Ohio State with being 1 is just a gimme.
Yeah, they just.
Oregon played good, man. Not a lot of people. I know Oregon,
Montana State is not bad at all, yeah.
I know, but Dante Moore looked great. Decoria Moore, true freshman. He's the only true freshman we put on our key players, and he's the reason for it. He's a great player.
Looks like we should put Vernell Brown on there, too.
Yeah.
After that snag.
Odell
S.
I mean, it was FCS. But
The catch was still. Man.
I know, that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
no matter who you're playing.
No, yeah, just
'Cause
the
he
catch
open.
itself was
He
amazing.
He was open.
That's true.
The open part is about the FCS, but the catch was no matter who you're playing.
And then Oregon played FCS, right?
Yeah, they play Montana State.
Yes. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad. I was getting Missouri State mixed up. Chattanooga State in the FBS now.
Terrible.
Yeah, they played USC, Maeva. What do you think about Maeva?
I mean, I just think Missouri State's bad.
Yeah, sure.
I don't believe in I don't believe in Lincoln Riley, man. So.
Okay.
Longstreet looked good when he came in.
Yes, he did. I love some Hussein Longstreet. I think there's not a lot of publicity about him all summer. It's been really weird. A freshman quarterback. I think he's got a bright future ahead if he stays there or goes, somewhere else and then gets thrown on the field. What do you think about Arizona State? Do you think they should be pushed back a little bit?
Nah, I think they were just they were just coasting.
Oh God, okay.
I mean, they're still comfortable winning.
First half was really close.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here.
What they up at half? They were up 11.
Indiana, they're at 20. You think they should drop back a little bit?
Yeah.
They didn't even cover against Old Dominion.
Old Dominion, look, their quarterback's nice.
Yeah, so they either stay the same, I think, or go back.
I might say the same. I mean,
yeah,
too early.
I agree. Okay.
Not much movement. I mean, Clemson, Texas fall a few spots. Notre Dame falls a few. Miami, LSU jump up.
South Carolina jumps up.
Ohio State jumps up to 1.
Tennessee jump up over Texas Tech. Do you?
Who?
Tennessee over Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. I mean, they took care of business. They scored 67, I think.
True. Okay.
But Tennessee, Syracuse defense is bad, I think.
Yeah, I think Syracuse this is not their year.
They lost everybody on offense.
They lost a lot of people, and their job of replenishing it wasn't that
The
great.
running back's really good though.
Yeah.
Yassine Willis is a dog.
They do have some good recruits coming in. They got a wide receiver.
235 running back. He's a beast.
They got a wide receiver from Teddy Bridgewater's high school coming in next year. He's a dog. And they have some good linemen coming in. So we'll see. We'll see how the top 25 shakes up after week 2, which we'll get into our preview show. But what a week it was for week 1. Hope everyone had a great Labor Day weekend and enjoying their Labor Day as well. Like us here in the comments there. Give us a like. We really appreciate anyone that's been tuning in to our week 0 preview and review. And we're going to have some guests throughout the year. Exciting to have some more people hop on, give us their take on their favorite team and just some matchups in the future. We got so many friends now with the draft professors and so many. It's just like you think the year's so long, but man, there's so many people, and to get all of our guests is kind of having to pick and choose because we got players about to come on as well, and hopefully we get a couple of guys, at least one guy, that's going to be committing on the show. So that'll be in the works later. I want to give a shout out to William Jackson, our quarterback there, Camden County.
Mm-hmm.
Great quarterback, man. He's improving there, 3-0 his first year starting. He's got in Georgia. He's got offers from South Carolina, Virginia Tech, Arkansas. Those are the biggest offers there. He's got some ones like FAU, Sac State's offered him. But South Carolina is a team to look out for, and I think Dalton's Florida Gators, he's been on a couple visits. Hopefully they start throwing their hat in there. Kentucky's recruiting him right now. Georgia's recruiting him. So we'll see. I think it's going to be a bidding war here for William Jackson here this time next year. So shout out to him on the strong start he's had. Shout out to Jackson Fowden, quarterback there in Texas. Tomball, Texas, balled out this week. Shout out to him. And shout out to Jaron Mock, balled out. And quarterback in Ohio. He's going to Bowling Green next year. And shout out to our boy Terry Walker, future Duke quarterback. His team won as well. He led his team there in Indianapolis. And they are undefeated still. So shout out to them. Shout out to all of our high schoolers out there balling. Shout out to Reese Russell getting an offer from Kansas yesterday. Big stuff here. And shout out to just all our guys balling in the college level. Jameer Scott made his college debut, Wisconsin. Shout out to him. All right, Dalton, got any final thoughts of week 1?
Sloppy offenses for the most part, especially in the big games, 17-10, 14-7.
Yeah.
2 biggest games of the week.
So you're thinking it's more of a sloppy offense as opposed to great defense?
Both LSU, Clemson, that game was more about the sloppiness.
Okay.
Texas and Ohio State both got great defenses, though. You know how I feel about Texas defense.
Yeah, and then
how many drafted guys they got? The whole defense.
Yeah, pretty much. I think you made a good point there. I think the only team that really had good defense was South Carolina. South Carolina's defense was on their heels a lot with offense. Their only touchdown, I think, of the half was the first drive of the game.
Yeah, their defense didn't have a touchdown the whole game either.
Yeah, their defense. Yeah, they leaned on their defense, and they answered. They kept on answering. They gave up a couple big plays, but that was more of a DB thing as opposed to a collective effort. Man. D-line and linebackers got after it, and I really like what I've seen from the Gamecocks, and we'll see what happens throughout the season. We got you covered here with week 2. Catch us on Wednesday for a week 2 preview. Like I said, hope everyone's had a great Labor Day. All of our guys balling out in high school. We got some announcements coming up. Hopefully we get some college news here soon. Some college games we're going to be at. So that's going to be cool on the horizon. Shout out to our writer, Mark, who's been killing it on Substack. Can't wait to see what he's got to say about week 1, as he so eloquently does. He's an Akron fan. Unfortunately, his Akron Zips didn't get the win. But,
tough fandom probably, but you got to respect it. He's loyal, man.
He is loyal, and he even, he was boots on the ground. He was at the game. We wish we had the picture here. Wish we'd added in. But shout out to Mark. He's been doing a heck of a job. It's been a great addition to the home squad team here, and we can't thank him enough. We can't thank you all enough for tuning in. And we will see you Wednesday night. And hope you all have a great day. Enjoy your Labor Day. And hope everyone got to sleep in. And have a great day. Peace.
See y'all later.
See ya.